So guys, before we get started, don't forget we do have that amazing discount code thanks to Tier 0 Games going on right now. And all you have to do is put in ZW Games 5 to get 5% discount on your total order at tier0games.com. The links will be in the description below.
What's up YouTube, this is Joe from Z4 Games, and as you can see I'm bringing to you guys the brand new Gaia the Fierce Knight deck using the brand new Gaia the Magical Knight of Champion of Dragons. It should have been Champions to be honest, but oh well. Yes, so this is using the brand new Gaia support that we've received in Rise of the Duelist. This is that I've been really looking forward to, not for its meta relevance, but more for its fun relevance. I mean, like, who doesn't love Gaia Dragon Champion? It's even gotten to the point where I've been rewatching the very first series just to watch the Gaia the Dragon Champion's moments in that show. Most importantly, most memorable being when he gets launched into the Dark Illusion Castle to break its flotation ring and that kind of thing. Like there's a lot of memories that we all have with Gaia Dragon Champion, so when they finally got its own deck, it's just awesome. I will explain some text at the end. This isn't a complete like 15 card extra deck. I just put like the necessary components that you do need, that you will be summoning a lot. I will recommend some other stuff as well. Just because you're not really going to be going to like link summons per se, unless you add like link centric engines and that kind of thing. You're mostly just going to be going into your Gaia fusions, punching for big damage with your Gaia fusions, getting some form of disruptions and forms of the brand new one, and things like that. So before I get to this deck profile, if you enjoy it, please give us a like and a subscribe down below. Hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss out on any other future content that we bring to you guys here on the channel. We've got lots of stuff coming out thanks to Rise of the Duelist if they're not out already, and a whole bunch of other content as well. So stay tuned to that. You don't want to miss out on that. So there we go. So with all that's done, let's get into the Gaia the Dragon Champion. So starting off with our two vanillas. Yes, there's two vanillas because we actually utilize them, which is Gaia the Fierce Knight and Curse of Dragon. Any arts will do. I think Gaia is the only one with an alternate artwork. Curse of Dragon should get one. I mean, like, come on. But yes, so you play both of these just because you can easily get them onto the field. You easily search them. Them being vanillas is somewhat important, mostly in terms of Curse of Dragon, which you'll see later on. But yes, you do want to utilize these, but only as one-ofs. Any more is a brick. This next card is the very flex spot in the deck. I'm just using this because this one card has a lot of memories to me, and I do love using this card, and the fact that I can put it in a deck and give it some form of relevance is really good to me. And there's Swift Gaia the Fierce Knight. I just love this card. It was one of my first tournament decks in the forms of like, oh, I can draw this and it could be a summonable beat stick if I have no cards in my hand. But yes, this is the flex spot. I'm mostly using this card in here because it is Gaia by name, so it's got some form of relevance there. Being dark as well can also be good for the deck, but it can be anything. This is literally the ultimate flex spot in the deck. Like, you can put anything in this card's place, but I'm just using Swift Gaia the Fierce Knight because, as I said, lots of memories, and I was so happy to get myself again a secret rare. Like, just, it looks awesome. I love it. Lord Gaia the Fierce Knight, you could probably bump this to 2 if you want to take the Swift Gaia out. Again, it's just a free summon of a monster, Gaia by name. Helps you go into your rank 7 plays as well as fusion plays as well. So Swift Lord Gaia Fierce Knight is very, very good. So moving on to the brand new stuff, we have the brand new Soldier Gaia the Fierce Knight. I just love how this is essentially like if Gaia was just like one step away just becoming like BLS. Like, this is the thing. So he's a brand new, he's level 7, 2600 attack and 2100 defense. I believe he's level 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's 8. Interesting. So he's a level 8 dark. 2600 attack, 2100 defense. He has a quick effect. You contribute 1 dragon fusion monster special summon this card from your hand. If this card is special summoned, you can target 1 attack position monster in the field, change it to defense position. You contribute this card, add 1 level 7 or higher warrior monster from your deck to your hand except Soldier Gaia the Fierce Knight. You can use each effect of Soldier Gaia the Fierce Knight once per turn. So you'll rarely summon it through his own effect, though those situations do come up. But he essentially searches you not only your guys, but your other warrior techs in the deck as well, which you'll get to later on. So it's a really good card. By only playing as a one-off, I think 2 would be the most I'd ever play with this card. But I just like to have the 1 because he's very searchable in the deck. Like, Gaia has a lot of consistency, which is very, very nice. So you can always find a way to get to the cards that you need. So that's why I'm only playing him as a one-off. Then we have the brand new Gaia, the Magical Knight. So he is a level 7 light warrior effect with 2400 attack and 2100 defense. This card is always treated as a Gaia the Fierce Knight card. If you control no monsters or your opponent controls a monster with 2300 or more attack, you can normal summon this card without tributing. If this card is normal or special summon, you can special summon 1 level 5 or higher, 1 level 5 dragon from your hand or graveyard in defense position. You can use this effect of Gaia the Magical Knight once per turn. So he gets more bodies on the board to help you go into your link plays if you so need, or if you want to go to your on-field fusion plays with a card tech later on. This card helps you get to those monsters and just being able to get back your resources from the graveyard as well, just to go into those fusion plays, because you can't fuse from grave in this deck unless you want to tech in like a Dragon's Mirror. So being able to recur those monsters back from the graveyard, so you're already going to be summoning them from the hand because there's just no point because you can just fuse from hand. So being able to get those monsters back from the graveyard is very important, and that's where Gaia the Magical Knight is good. I'm playing 2 copies of Curse of Dragon, the Cursed Dragon. I think 3 is a bit too much because you're just going to be getting this from the deck and things like that. So let me read what he does. So the Ultra is a promo from the the Joey and Pegasus Duelist Pack retrain. I believe he's a common in the main set. So he's a level 5 Dark Dragon with 2000 attack, 300 defense. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add 1 spell or trap from your deck to your hand that specifically lists the card Gaia Dragon Champion in its text. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 Gaia Dragon Champion you control, negate the effects of face-up monsters your opponent controls with attack less than or equal to it until the end of this turn. You can use each effect of Cursed Dragon once per turn. So that's why you're playing him as a 2-of. He helps you get to your Gaia spells and traps, which is very good. But I just find 2 is just the perfect number. The card that I replaced the 3rd copy of is Curse of Dragonfire. I'm taking this card in just because it can be a pseudo poly on legs, which is quite handy. If you get this to grave and then revive it with your Magical Knight, you've got a free fusion summon there to go into a brand new or any of your fusion monsters without the need of a spell. Ideally, you want to be bringing this card back because you get this card back with your Magical Knight. Then this card sets you a fusion spell, which then gets you a big fusion monster on the board. So you got lots of flexibility here in the deck with these with this little ratio here. I've only got 2 copies of this. I'm waiting on the 3rd one, so I replaced it with the OG, which is quite fun. So this is Artillery Catapult Turtle. Really, really good card. So what this card does is that he's a level 4 Aqua effect with 1000 attack, 2000 defense. So you contribute 1 monster, special summon Gaia the Fierce Knight monster, or 1 level 5 dragon from your hand or deck. You can use this effect of Artillery once per turn. So just literally what it is. Summon this, you can either sack this card off itself or something else, and then you get yourself a Fierce Knight from deck. This could be the magical one, or you can get the Curse of Dragon. Curse of Dragon gets you the fusion spell. Magical Knight gets you back a monster from the grave. So literally the whole deck is really good around this. You can place Summon a Monk in the deck if you want to as well. If you would, I would take out Keeper or Dragon Magic. I'm playing Keeper just because he is a dragon, so it helps you go into some of your fusion plays. But he also searches your fusion spell as well. So you've got 4 ways to get to your fusion spell. 7 if you count the Artillery Turtles as well. It's very, very nice. The tech card I'm playing in the deck that you can search off your Soldier Knight is BLS. You play lots of lights and darks. This card's very good. It's very, very handy to just like summon this and then you just keep going off from there. And I'm taking in as well 1 copy of Envoy of Chaos. This is a nice little hand trap honest that you can use not only with BLS, but it can also be used for all your Gaias. So this is a very good card for that. Just giving your monsters that little buff to help beat over something is very, very handy. As if for the monsters, moving on to spells, the brand new field spell, which is Galloping Gaia. So Galloping Gaia is again a field spell which your opponent cannot activate cards or effects during the battle phase while Gaia Dragon Champion is in your monster zone. You can only activate one of the following effects per turn. So you can either reveal a Gaia the Fierce Knight monster in your hand, add 1 level 5 dragon from your deck to your hand, or reveal a level 5 dragon in your hand, add a Gaia Fierce Knight to your hand. So if you have one, search the other. Very, very handy. Searchable very, very easily. But not only do we have this to search your Gaias, we also have Gateway to Chaos. This can search any Gaia or BLS monster. So you can either search your Chaos Soldier, or just you're mostly going to be doing is searching out all of your Gaias. To help get to these field spells, we do play Terraforming and Set Rotation. It's really cool because if we're back in the field spell format, because Set Rotation, give them a Gateway to Chaos, and yeah, they can't do anything from there. Next we have Spiral Fusion. This card's really cool, just because there's actually a little tech that you can do in things like rockets if you want to go into your bowl load fusion, is that you can summon out your Curse of Dragon from your deck. Use Curse of Dragon to search this, which has an effect that fusion summon 1 dragon fusion from your X deck using monsters from your hand or field's fusion material. If you do special summon Gaia Dragon Champion by this effect, it gains 2600 attack. Also can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. But the fact it just fuses any dragon fusion monster, summon out your Curse of Dragon with Gaia Dragon LP from your deck, use Curse of Dragon to search this, and then you can make your Bolo fusion. It's very, very cool. So if you are a rocket player, there's a nice sweet little combo that you can do to if you want to get your fusion plays on. 2 Dragon Shrine. Send your Curse of Dragon, the vanilla, and then send your Cursed of Dragon or Dragon Fire. Go off from there. Instant Fusion, we do play Instant Fusion target, though you can play more if you want. 2 Fusion Deployment. This is another reason why we play the vanillas. Play Fusion Deployment, summon either Curse of Dragon or Gaia the Fierce Knight. You got your fusion material on board for that. This is going off center. Then we play obviously Monster Reborn. And then we have Spiral Spear Strike or Spiral Saver in OCG land. This is searchable, which we'll get to later when we get to the extract, which is not far off. But yes, this card is like busted for what it is. So if you guys don't know what this card is, this is really old, but it's a continuous spell that if Gaia the Fierce Knight, Swift Gaia the Fierce Knight, or Gaia Dragon Champion control attacks a defensive position monster, inflict piercing battle damage. If Gaia the Dragon Champion inflicts battle damage to your opponent with this effect, draw 2 cards and discard 1 card. So you've got a fusion that can search this, and you can start punching in with all your Gaias, start doing some piercing damage, and then start netting you essentially a mini Graceful Charity. Very, very good, very, very cool card. I do like to take it as a one of. Moving on to the traps, we're playing 2 Spiral Reborns. What is it? It's literally in the name. So target 1 level 7 or lower dragon monster in your graveyard, special summon it. If you special summon a Gaia the Dragon Champion by this effect, your opponent cannot target it with card effects, also cannot be destroyed by their card effects. You can only activate 1 Spiral Reborn per turn. Searchable via Curse of Dragon, and then yeah, this is essentially a revival for any of your dragons. And if you do revive a Gaia Dragon Champion, you essentially turn it into a kind of mini towers. Then we play 1 copy of Spiral Discharge. So this is a continuous trap. While Gaia Dragon Champion is in your monster zone, your opponent's monsters can only target Gaia Dragon Champion for attacks. And an attack is declared involving your Gaia Dragon Champion. You can target 1 card in the field, destroy it. You can use the effect of Spiral Discharge once per turn. So essentially, you can form, I believe, a mini lock. If you do get 2 Gaia Dragon Champions out, that means they just cannot attack. But then if they do engage in battle, you're getting a free pop, and it's a continuous trap. It's very, very nice. And to round out the main deck, I am playing 2 copies of Beginning of Heaven and Earth. This essentially can search out your entire deck, which is very, very handy in terms of like all of your guys. So it's a normal trap. Reveal 3 warriors from your deck, including at least one Blackluster Soldier monster or Gaia the Fierce Knight monster, and have your opponent randomly pick one. If they picked a BLS monster or Gaia the Fierce Knight monster, add it to your hand and send the rest to the graveyard. Otherwise, send them all to the graveyard. You can activate one Beginning of Heaven and Earth once per turn. So you can play this if you want to. If you don't want to, you can just take it out and put in essentially anything else. But I'm just trying it out just to see how it is. Essentially is a +1, and you can get some stuff into graveyard if you are trying to go for those like chaos plays if you need to. That's it for the main deck. Moving on to the extra, the brand new boss monster that we are making is the brand new Gaia, the Magical Knight of Dragons. So he's a level 7 Dragon Fusion with 2600 attack, 2100 defense. Requires 1 Gaia the Fierce Knight and 1 level 5 Dragon monster. This card's name becomes Gaia Dragon Champion while on the field. You can only use each of the following effects to guide the Magical Knight once per turn. So during the main phase quick effect, you can target one other card in the field. This card loses exactly 2600 attack, and if it does, destroy that card. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can make this card gain 2600 attack. So bear in mind, on base minimum, he's going to get a free pop because he is 2600. If you do use your fusion spell, he's going to jump up to 52, so he can get 2 pops. If he does then kill something after you used your fusion spell, you can essentially get 3 pops out of this card. Very, very good card. Do really like it. Is the card you're going to be going to all the time, or the most at the very least, so I will play 3 of it. I am waiting on my other fusion target. I'm going to try and get it up here on the computer because I literally just need to be reminded. So it's Sky Galloping Gaia, the Dragon Champion. So he is a fusion monster that takes 1 Gaia the Fierce Knight monster and 1 Dragon type monster, hence the Keeper of Dragon Magic. This card's name becomes Gaia Dragon Champion while on the field. If this card is processed, you can add 1 Spiral Spear Strike from deck or grave to your hand. And when this card declares an attack on an opponent's monster, you can change the battle position of that opponent's monster. In replacement, I'm using Dark Cavalry. So ideally you want to play at least 1 of it. I'm just playing 2 of it. Just for that Spiral Spear Strike consistency, and it combos very well with your new Magical Knight. Again, I'm just using Dark Cavalry as a replacement. You do have to play 1 copy of the OG Gaia Dragon Champion if you are playing the vanillas, just because you want to get that consistency with your Cursor Dragon as well, or have that as an option. For instant fusion target, I am playing the 1 Alligator Sword Dragon, Jerry's version of Gaia Dragon Champion. It is a level 5 dragon essentially that can be instant fusioned out. This is literally the only reason why you're playing it. You can play the Ice Restricts if you want to as well. I am also playing 1 of the rank 7 Red Eyes Black Flare Metal and 1 Big Eye for rank 7 plays. 1 Proxy F Magician for additional fusion plays, because you're not really going to be going into anything higher than Link 2 in all honesty. I'm also playing 1 Gravity Controller, just like that Link 1 option with your extra deck monsters, just to help get over something that you can't get over. But that, guys, is the deck. I hope you all enjoyed it. I really like this deck. I've been really excited for this deck to come out. It's really fun. Again, the fact that Gaia, the Fierce Knight and Dragon Champion actually have their own deck is just awesome. And I hope you will enjoy it as well. It's quite on the budget side, to be honest. The new cards aren't really that expensive. They're just like a little hard to get, I believe. I think like the hardest card to get is the Artillery Turtle, just because it is a ultra rare. Everything else is like commons and supers, which is very, very handy. So again, guys, hope you enjoyed it. Leave your comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Till next time, guys, as always, happy dueling.